So I've been doing a load of filming today. It's my day to bulk film everything, get everything out there, get stuff sorted. And I'm hearing a lot of chirping, a lot of scratching, a lot of messing around in the mourning geckos. And I found you guess what I found out? Well, you'll find out in this video. So welcome back to Northern Exotics. On this YouTube channel we talk all things reptile related, whether it be specific species care, breed your own live food, reptile life hacks, all the modern, most up-to-date scientific and technological information we bring all directly to you. If that's something you're interested in, please consider subscribing, and while you're down there, please hit the thumbs up button for this video because it really does help. So imagine my surprise earlier today. I'm walking around the reptile room, I've been round, I've fed, I've sprayed everybody, I've done the normal sort of stuff. And my mourning geckos are acting a bit weird. They're very skittish. One of them's become a bit of a bully and she's just started headbutting them. And there's chirping and stuff. Now it's not the normal sort of courting where they go around and nudge each other. She's really quite aggressive. I'm thinking, what's going on in there? Didn't think much more of it. I thought I'll keep an eye on them because they have just got that new Pro 10 LED lights on them, and there's some, just keep an eye on them, see what's happening. So I'm filming away. I'm doing a big video to do with a review. I won't go into too much detail, but that'll be the video after this one. And then I goes over to the mourning geckos. I'm thinking they're really noisy today. You'll hear me mention in my next video about how I can hear them chirping an awful lot and stuff like that. Well, this is why. Check this picture. What's wrong with that picture? Well, normally there's 2 eggs. There's only 1 today. One of the babies is hatched. Maybe the mother's running around chasing everybody away from a baby. Right, stop everything. I need to get on this now. I need to sort this out. I need to go in there, find that baby. Hopefully she's not escaped. And I've got to go and sort out an enclosure ready for them. Because I've got a few enclosures that are sort of semi-ready. I've just got some buttoning up to do. But I weren't expecting these for about another 3 weeks. So this was a project next week. So I've got to get it all sorted. So what have I done? Right, so this is the enclosure that I'm going to use, not this exact one. This is just a normal sweet jar. This is sort of like the outlay of the enclosure. I'm going to be showing you how to set up for a baby mourning gecko, basically. And this is just a sweet jar. That is it. It's just a bog standard sweet jar. Now, I've made a few of these up, sort of, over the past few weeks, just in preparation for the explosion of babies that we're about to have, because we have got 6 or 7 eggs kicking around in there. And this is one of the ones that I made. And this has obviously spurred a few more videos on how to remove this, which this was the first attempt, which obviously didn't go very well. It's got a pothos plant in there. This one has basically lived up the top, on top of those enclosures since I've made it. It's got a stick inside it. It's got a pothos plant inside it. I water it. It's got a clean-up crew. It's nothing special. It's just being left. But I haven't got a feeding dish in here, so I've got to quickly throw together a feeding dish. I've got to get that quickly glued in here. I had a rummage around and I found the baby. I'll show you her in a second, and then we'll get her in here. But this is amazing. Fingers crossed, her sister, because 2 eggs were laid at the same time, they've got 2 ovaries, they laid 2 eggs, 2 eggs were laid at the same time, one of them was still intact. So I put a cup over her, so if that egg hatches, it's going to hatch into that cup, and then I can just get that cup off, get it out, get her in this enclosure ready. But she's bigger than I expected. But we're going to make this quick feeding ledge first. How do we make a feeding ledge? Well, with just a piece of polystyrene. I have made a video on this in the past. I've got a flat side and all the bubbly side. I'm going to get a lighter and basically just all the bubbly side, seal it. That's all it is just seal it, because I don't want all those bubbles to come out. It gives it a bit of a rock texture. I'm not going to bother painting this because I need to use it as quick as possible. Then, the feeding dish. The feeding dish itself is just simple tattoo ink cups. Now, why do I use these? If you want to get yourself a load of these, they're very cheap, very inexpensive, and you get about 50 of them, which is absolutely perfect for what I want. There's links in the Amazon store down below if you want to go and do that. I've got a spoon. It's just a spoon. The end of that spoon is the same thickness, near enough, as the actual tattoo ink cup. So I'm going to heat up the end of the spoon. Don't tell the missus, please. Oh crap, I've just remembered, she actually does watch my videos. This is going to be hell. But anyway, I heat up the spoon until it's really warm. I put it inside the polystyrene and I use it to make a circle. So I twist the spoon around. Don't make it too hot, but hot enough to go in and twist once around. Just like that. Try the ink cup. Perfect fit. Done. Now, how do I secure it into the enclosure? Well, quite simple. Hot glue gun that's not as hot as what it should be, so it doesn't melt the polystyrene. I'm just going to quickly run a bead across there, get it stuck into this enclosure, dead quick. As you can see, the plant's a bit big in this one, so I might have to take a cutting off that. No, I won't. I'll leave it in there, because if there's going to be a couple, they want some hiding spaces, I'll leave it in there. Hot glue guns over here, just there. Get a bead. Doesn't have to be a big bead, doesn't have to be anything. I blow it while it's on there so it doesn't get too hot. And then I just simply, if I can get into it, stick it down. Just like that. I hold it there for a few seconds just for it to cool off. Ow, that's a bit too hot. So it's nice and secure. Then I'll put the tattoo ink up in there. Normally I would paint it with an acrylic paint because acrylic is non-toxic, it's water resistant, but I just don't have the time. I need to get this in there and get her. I could just stick a food dish in the bottom, but I don't want to do that. I want her to be used to feeding out of this. So, because that's what it's going to be like in the adult enclosure when she grows up and goes into that adult enclosure. It's getting there slowly. It's getting enough there where it can hold itself in place, just like that. And basically that's what we're left with. We've got a plant, we've got the stick, we've got the actual feeding dish, which is going to be good enough for a tattooing cup. Let's get some food made up while that's still cooling down. So to make the food up, I have got water, I've got rapashi. This is the grubs and fruit. Simply because the grubs, mourning geckos, do actually eat fruit flies and stuff like that. I haven't got any to hand at the minute. So I want them to have the grub substitute because it's going to be higher in protein, which is what this baby will need. Now, I can tell you straight up, this baby is only a day old, so I'm not 100% sure she'll feed just yet. This is my first baby mourning gecko. So all I'm doing right here is just, I've got a shot glass, basically. A cheap, flimsy, plastic shot glass. And I'm just cleaning it off because what I do, I mix up all of my rapashi in these little shot glasses, pour it out into the individual cups where they need to go to, and then the rest of it just gets chucked to my superworm farm, which is just here, and the superworms eat the leftovers, which is exactly what I want. So, how do we mix up this? I've done a video on this as well. Feel free to go through and check out all my videos. I am trying to get through this quite quick. One, because I don't want to stress that baby out too much. Can you see the little cup just there? That's where she is. So, water first. Oh, I might need a bit more actually, because I've got an extra mouth to feed now. Wild chuffed. But I don't know what we're doing with this baby, whether I'm going to be growing my colony or whether she'll be up for sale sooner or later. I don't know. I have got somebody who's taken a few of them off me. Peter. Yeah, you know who you are. I've got... Do you remember back in the day when we had a shop that, while before lockdown, it was called McDonald's coffee stirrer? And again, there's always a bit of leftovers on this stirrer, so I just chuck it in with the superworm farm. They clean it for me. Superworms, they're great for everything. Absolutely everything. Give it a damn good stir. Now I'm going to make this one. It's a little bit warmer today than what it normally is. So I'm going to make this a little bit runnier, so it just lasts a little bit longer. Plus, I don't know how well she'll do at digesting. So I'm going to make this a bit runnier. What do you know? First try, perfect. And then just pour it into a couple of these. Now I'm filling up 2 of these because one for my juvenile, which is there. The rest of the shot glass, the stuff that's left, will get put into the actual adults, and the other ink cup will go in this enclosure just here, which I'll do right now with my trusty tongs. I'm give her the least amount possible. I've just tipped it up, which I shouldn't have done because I'm a donk. Sorry, I'm all excited, I'm all jittery. This is amazing. Actually, first thing I'm going to do is spray the enclosure down so that it doesn't add water to the actual food. I'm only going to give it a light mist, just a bit of moisture on the substrate, moisten the substrate up. It sticks the water droplets on the actual side of the enclosure so that she can go around and lick some if she is a little bit dehydrated, because normally when eggs do hatch of all species, they are a little bit dehydrated. Let's see if I can do this with my shaky arms. So I just grab that. Nope, didn't work. Ah, there we go. Straight in the hole, as you can tell. Perfect. Now, I may not be able to talk much because I'm actually going to be trying to get this amazing girl into this enclosure and get the lid on before she gets out. But I also want to show you, which is coming up now. There she is. She is tiny. And to put her into perspective on size, that's a 12-ounce cup. Personally, now I'm going to say this personally, because I got 2 of these as babies. God, you see I'm bouncing around all over the place. There he is on top. Oh, there we go. I've put the cup there. You can see the cup because there's the egg that's just hatched, and there's the sister which is due to hatch. So yeah, anyway, which is funny because these 2 were the first 2 that were laid, so I don't know how that's going to go down well. But anyway, I got these in this enclosure as pure babies. This dude is twice the size as what that was when I picked it up. But it's only a day old because that egg was still an egg yesterday. So, I'm doing something right. I mean, just check out the cute little toes. Now it does look like there's a little bit of shed on the head sort of thing. Whether that's something that happens newborn style or what, I don't quite know. There's its belly. It's got the perfect tail. All the toes are absolutely perfect. Right, let's try and get this in. I have no idea how I'm going to be able to do this and film. So if I drop the camera, if you don't see something, you know why. But we're going to start off now by just unclipping the actual lid. You can see that little piece of shed on her head. I'm hoping the extra moisture inside at this enclosure helps her with that one. But it's the wrong way, sweetheart. Come on, down you come. There you go. Come on, down you come. You're coming down. There you go, good girl. Go on, right on that log just there. That's what I want from you. That's what I want. Right, touch with the tail. Oh, wrong way, wrong way. Don't go that. There we go. Down that log. That's what I want you to do. Yeah, she's definitely got some sort of shed on her head. I don't know if that's to do with the egg or what, but she's definitely 100% twice the size of the babies that I actually got to start this project. But I've only got 1 gecko in there that's that colour, so I know who its mother is. If you didn't know, these are actually parthenogenic, which means they don't need a male to reproduce. I haven't got a male, so that's going to be an exact clone of its mother. Oh, I don't know if you can see it's licking its face. Let me try and get a focus on that. Oh, come on, focus, please. Oh, there you go. Go on then. Go on then. There is a plant for you to go onto. I'll put you that way onto the plant. Go on, mate. She's going to camouflage into that stick really nicely. Go on, go on, go on, go on. There we go. She's underneath the stick just there. You can see his little hands. Oh, I know this hasn't been a well-edited video, guys, but I'm massively excited that we have baby Mourning Gecko. Yeah, she's going to be put over here, simply because I have got some heat cable kicking around just there. So if I move her back a bit, actually behind there, I've got an ambient light, so I'll get the light off. Look at that, the Mourning Gecko is a proper, they're dead fidgety, so something's definitely not normal in there, and I think it's to do with this guy. So anyway, I don't want them to eat that, which it is a possibility, so that's why I've had to remove her. I'm going to move that further back so that this heat cable can heat up this enclosure. And yeah, the Mourning Geckos have started hatching, guys. If you've enjoyed it, hit the thumbs up button. What shall I name her? Stick it in the comments.